What's up, everybody? Tony's Topics. Hey, do you love cafes? Well, guess what? Mr. Coffee, aka Mike, and I are going to review a new haunt we found. Cafe Hasbrook Heights. Cafe Hasbrook Heights.
I said
Heights,
haunt.
New Jersey. Mike, we went there today. Let's review.
Yes,
okay.
sir.
So, what do you think as you walk in, like the storefront? What do you think of it? Like just you know.
Yeah, it was a very unassuming local, as you put it, haunt.
Yes.
It didn't have like this decor that struck me as anything out of the ordinary. Look, it just was a regular coffee shop on the outside.
Yeah.
But like I said, part of what you and I discussed offline is that we're going to start going to all the different coffee shops in Bergen County and test out a new one.
Right.
So I decided to find one halfway between us. This one happens to be this.
Nice.
And to answer your question, after all of that, nothing out of the ordinary.
Right. I thought so too. I thought it's very, not that it matters ultimately, because really what matters is inside and the quality of the stuff. But yeah, you could pass it up, just standard storefront.
I love that library behind you in your house. You have a lot of leather-bound
I read
books.
a lot of books. Thank you.
I always like you keep a generic coffee mug on your.
There you go. So inside, I think the inside, obviously, much, much better, much more attractive and better looking than the outside would lead you to believe. Don't you think?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty chic on the inside. They had like,
little grass
if I recall correctly, like wooden chairs on like a metal back.
Yeah.
It was very narrow. You walk in, they had digital screens. They actually had a commercial. They must have aired on local television.
Right.
Because they had their segment on a loop with what I assume was the owner going back and forth. So I thought that was pretty cool. Like they took their marketing into account, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And the menu now, you and I only had coffee, which is part of the rules for what we're doing, right? We didn't actually segment it to sweet treats.
Hey, follow the rules, right?
Follow the rules. But like they did seem, I love they had like a digital, I believe it was a digital display with all of the offerings. I saw some pictures on the wall. And also, speaking of pictures on the wall, they literally had Polaroids.
Yes.
It was decorated with the paper.
A kind of a cool, funky, warm feel.
That reminded me of, I don't know if you've ever eaten there, Sushi X1 in Ridgewood, New Jersey.
Oh, yeah, I've had that. I've been there before. Yeah.
They actually have a thing where like you take a Polaroid picture and they put it on the wall. I'm on the wall like 5 times throughout the years.
Yeah. So there you go, right? So yeah, it's a very personalized feel. There's a kind of an earthy, woodsy flow to this place.
Like that makes it feel local. Like if your friends go there, like, right. Oh man, like my friend was here. Look.
Yeah, it was smart on the owner's part, right? So cool. I thought it was. We were there midday, so it wasn't packed, but there were people coming in and out. It was relatively busy.
It was around like the end of the school day, I think, because as we were leaving, we saw the kids coming out of school.
Yeah.
Which that made me feel good though. That like it wasn't. It's a Monday, right? We did this on a Monday morning,
right?
Monday early afternoon, and you would think that's like a dead time in like a sleepy town,
right? Yeah, they had some hustle in that place for sure.
Some hustle.
Had some hustle, baby. All right, so now, did you like your drink?
So let's also state what we had.
Go ahead.
What did you have?
I had a decaf.
Guy forgot.
Hey, right. Hey, which show is this? Decaf. We're talking WWE, right? Oh no. So decaf cappuccino with skim milk.
I had a vanilla latte.
All right, so what'd you think of yours? We both had small or tall.
Yeah, we had like the whatever regular size.
Yeah,
I liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was. Like anything else, same thing as a Starbucks or a Dunkin'. It wasn't anything that.
Now, I had a Starbucks this morning, which I will say they are the cream of the crop when it comes to vanilla lattes. And I actually started doing their protein, but that's a different conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, which I really like. And also, I also do the sugar-free syrup now too, because it's all about that body. You gotta watch your stuff. Summer's coming.
Right.
But like, for me, I judge vanilla lattes by how sweet they are. I don't like things that are too sweet, and I don't like tasting like I'm drinking hot milk.
Was yours sweet?
No, not too sweet. It was it was the right amount.
Well, you could have put sugar in if you wanted to.
But. No, but my point is that I don't like it where I'm tasting milk.
Got it.
Because I went to a coffee shop in Brooklyn last week, and you would think Brooklyn, like the artsy capital of the world, right? At least in the States. And it's like, I literally had a beverage that was not only lukewarm at best, dare I say cold, but I felt like I was drinking hot milk.
Oh, snap. Yo.
And that's not the feeling that I want to evoke when I'm having my morning cup of Java. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, to your friend Mike who lives out there, we're not going back out there to that cafe again, right, Mike?
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, mine was good. Now the price, you brought it up, and I agree. The price was much better than going to Starbucks. That's for sure. It was.
I don't think I did say that, but yes, I said this morning.
You looked
I thought you meant now. Yes, earlier today I said that.
You looked at the receipt, and you're like, "Oh, this is actually better than."
It was about $3 cheaper, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, and it tastes honestly. My drink tastes the same as a Starbucks. So for that, hey, A+.
Yeah. Look, again, for me, it's when you're going out somewhere, things get pretty expensive, as we've seen in the other local coffee shops. And I mean, $10 for one cup of coffee in 2026 is kind of a lot, and it almost deters me from wanting to go out. Your face I can't with your face right now. Yeah, but it for me, the $5 range in this modern era, like I'll be okay with.
Under $5,
especially if it's like a good cup of coffee. So this one, price wise, I gotta say, and we'll come back to this in the future with future episodes. Like and subscribe. I would say one of the top best prices we've seen.
Yeah, you know what's interesting? And we didn't ask them for this. I don't know if they did this or not. But I do like that Starbucks gives you an option. You can get a ceramic mug if you're going to stay, or you get the paper cup to stay.
I'm glad you said that. So
they might have done that. We can't say anything bad about that. But I just wonder if they had that. I don't know.
Well, hold on. It's funny you say that. So this morning, I go to Fort Lee's Starbucks, the one that you and I used to go to on Palisade Avenue all the time. Yeah. And again, I was in between appointments, and I'm like, I'll just get a cup of coffee. And the barista was like, oh, do you want it for here or to go? And that threw me off for a second, because I'm like, wait, well, aren't all of it's always a standard cup, and I'm looking around like, do I have to ask for a seat? And I figured get it to go because I might have had to leave. Right. But I'm like, that's pretty cool now that they're doing a home. It gives you more of a home style feeling that you get at like other coffee shops. And I've been to coffee shops all over the world. Yeah. And I love when you have that ceramic homemade cup of coffee. Starbucks, it feels like you're at your grandmother's house having a cup of coffee with her.
Yeah. Well, Starbucks just brought that back about a year and a half ago. And I wonder if Cafe Hasburg Heights on Boulevard does that. I don't know. But anyways, and then what did you think of the seating? I thought the seating was standard. I thought it was, okay, you could sit and talk, but there was no couches or anything like that. But it wasn't bad, but it was just standard, no?
It was okay. Right. It was okay. Like, I didn't feel very comfortable I saw a gentleman there on a laptop. This wouldn't be my choice to do work from a coffee shop. Yeah. I would feel like my rear end would hurt after a while. Yeah. Sitting down in one of their chairs.
Starbucks doesn't give you cushy seats either. But.
No, they don't. And honestly, I don't even think Starbucks, unless you're writing a script where you want to people watch, Starbucks is a great place to people watch, to get ideas for like movies and that kind of thing. And that's, again, another conversation for another day. Well, but like for me, if I had to work and be comfortable, it wasn't the vibe I was looking for. It was. We had a great conversation there today, and I had a great time hanging. I always have a great time hanging out. Hey, Mr. C. I call you Mr. C, by the way. Everybody, I call him Mr. C out of respect. So you won't be seeing me calling him Anthony. I'll be calling him Mr. C.
Thank you. So by the way, though, I stand corrected. Starbucks does have comfy sofas in some of the Starbucks. Not
correct. Every location is different. So, but again, that's a chain, so we can't. That's a different level of grading.
Standard though, you got to.
So, in this place, right? When I go to a mom and pop shop, we went to one last week. Actually, we do this every couple of days. That one had sofas. They had the chairs. They also had beds for dogs, which I thought was kind of cool because they're pet friendly. But this one to me felt, and I said this to you earlier today, it got the vibe of you get your coffee and you go out about your day because it's on the main strip. We were in Hasburg Heights, right? Hasburg Heights. So and there's a lot to do in Hasburg Heights. I mean, you and I always joke about we could literally spend a whole day just going from business to business,
a lot of stores,
utilizing whatever services there are, like the pizzeria, the print shop, all the different things. So for me, it seemed and we did see an influx of people come in and out. So again, it was one of those. We actually met someone who was picking up her kid, and she's like, "Oh, hey, I'm just getting my coffee, and I gotta go pick up my kid."
Yeah. She's like, "Hey, I was eavesdropping on your conversation for the past
hey, that's cool.
Okay, thanks, lady. Yeah. So, but okay.
Hey, but she was cool. Shout out to you.
That's right. I could work there on my laptop, but it's not the comfiest. I do like the fact that they have the long table there, the communal long table. I kind of like that.
You did mention that today, also. Yeah, like I'm not really
like
a community table guy. I kind of like my personal space when I'm doing work,
yeah.
or even just with like friends. Like I don't like the whole beer garden thing.
Yeah.
I get it; it's a thing. I like community spaces, but I like my own individual location to like plant my flag, so to speak.
Got it. Yeah, plant it, baby. So now it was quiet enough for me. I do like a relatively quiet cafe with people in it, but quiet. So that was kind of cool.
Well, again, it's built by design. It wasn't a huge place, and also we went there at like what 2:30, 1:30.
Yeah.
So it was a relative on a Monday, on a day there's supposed to be a tornado or something. So relatively speaking, we'll have to do a second pass at it to kind of gauge that. But from our first shot, like you're right, it was very quiet. I did enjoy the vibes there, and it wasn't like I hate when places play loud music.
Oh.
I'll play music in my car. I'll play it at home. I don't want to hear like loud music when I'm drinking coffee because I go to a coffee shop to either reflect or to hang out with great people like Mr. C.
Hey, God bless you, Mike. You too.
God bless.
Now, parking, I thought there was enough parking on street, but there was no municipal parking lot. So parking could be a problem on the weekends.
Definitely could be a problem on weekends. Thankfully, were there meters? I didn't actually notice. I don't think there were.
No, believe it or not, Hasbrook Heights, shout out to them. They're not money hungry, stingy.
There's no greed there. Like, I appreciate that. And I actually don't believe in charging your residents to, patron local businesses.
Right. It's kind of that's
so unfair. I already pay taxes.
You're already taxing the business.
Right, you're taxing the business. I already pay taxes, so why do I have to pay to be a patron in my own city? Yeah, again, turning people off from spending money locally versus like, you know what? Instead, I'll just get a Keurig and go to ShopRite and get coffee.
100%. Yeah.
So like, shout out to them for that.
Yeah.
It's also a bustling place. I mean, look, I parked a few blocks away, and it was honestly a nice little walk to the car. And there's side streets too. I'm sure you can park on. People have driveways here. It's not congested, so I don't think even if the main strip was full, so to speak, I still don't think you'd have an issue finding parking.
Yeah, no, I agree. And they have a pretty wide menu here. You can not only do drinks, but you can do waffles, the caraffle sandwiches, they call it. You can do ice drinks, but they seem to be pretty big on the waffle type of thing called croffle.
Were there sandwiches there too? I thought I saw that. Or desserts?
I'm looking at the menu now. I don't see any sandwiches on this menu.
I thought I saw something, but maybe it was obviously I wasn't.
Oh, here it is. Yes, BLTs you can offer.
I thought I saw that.
Yeah, and everything else though is made on a waffle, so you could have avocado, I think it looks like, and a croffle. You can have strawberries in the croffle. So it looks, I don't know how a croffle is, but it looks pretty damn good. So it seems like they're known for that. But yeah, the other thing is in closing. So I thought the staff.
Hold on. Don't close yet. There was other questions that you didn't get to.
We got two more. The staff, which was the owner there, I believe, and her assistant, they were nice. They were polite.
They were very nice. I had no issues at all with the staff. I thought they were very nice.
Yeah.
Very. I felt very welcome. And actually, called us over as soon as the drink was ready. Even though they were very busy handling all the customers, they literally stopped to make sure that we got our drink first before handling all the customers. Which kudos to them. Instead of focusing on the new money, they focused on the old money, so to speak.
That's right, baby. And then cell phone Wi-Fi, you can get Wi-Fi. The cell phone reception is tough to get.
Now we have. Hold on. We both have Verizon.
That's right.
So
if we can't
both
get
Verizon. So Verizon, we both had LTE, but I had no service.
Right.
Now, and I guess this is a plus and a minus, however you want to look at it. Like, in order to get the Wi-Fi, you need to purchase something, which makes sense. But at the same time, like, I like the idea of if it's my local coffee shop. And now, again, I don't know this. When my receipt printed, the Wi-Fi password was on there. I'm not sure if that's a standard password or a unique one that changes every time you go. So if I'm a regular, I don't want to and it's a unique password that's random characters. Not that I'm not trying to say it's a first world problem, but typing in 25 characters each time I go to be on the internet is a little much.
No, I get it. Yeah, I bet you it's standard one time.
But they have Wi-Fi. So how could you be a coffee shop without Wi-Fi? So hey, look, and it was fast. Once we got on, I shared it with you.
Yeah.
We had no issues. It was easy. It worked the whole time we were there. So it's not a negative. It's just more of okay, I wish it was just open or whatever. Starbucks, you just click it, you get on, and you're in.
Or you could look at it this way: there's no cell phone reception there. That forces you to put your phone down and be in the moment. Not that they designed it that way, but you could look at it that way. But anyways.
Look, I also this year I want to start focusing I want to start focusing on being more present and whatnot. So
Yeah,
look, that's definitely a good option. And look, you and I were barely on our phones, honestly. Even once we got the reception, we were just talking the whole time. So
we were talking to our phones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was texting you and you're right in front of me. But yeah, so folks, go check out Cafe Hasbrook Heights in Hasbrook Heights, New Jersey. Great cafe, you'll love it. Check them out, and they got plenty of.
Oh, you have the address? You can give the address.
Yeah, I mean people can Google it, but yeah, plenty of seating for everybody. It is at 246 Boulevard, Hasbrook Heights, New Jersey, and you can check them out on social media at Cafe Hasbrook Heights.
And it's right near a burger joint. It's right near a pizzeria.
A lot of stuff going on there.
There's a lot of stuff to do.
Stroll the avenue all day long. You can make it a day. I mean, really.
Yeah, please go to all the local businesses. We really love to support local here. It's all about small businesses, man.
Thank you, Mr. Coffee. Hey, everybody. Tony's Topics. Like, subscribe. I'm out of here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Later.